welcome back to another stream. I hope you're doing well. So I've done 3 projects so far in the Python curriculum on freeCodeCamp. So I'm gonna kind of pick up where I left off today and work on the 4th project. So you can see the project here. It's basically, I think it sounds more complicated than it is. So it's a Polygon Area Calculator, which is just, because I already clicked on the link here. If you go to that freeCodeCamp page, the starter project is in this link here, and I already clicked on it and kind of read through the instructions this morning. So basically, you need to create 2 classes, and it gives you the formulas, and all it's calculating is kind of well, I guess it's doing a couple different things, but it doesn't get more complicated than calculating the area of squares and rectangles. So this is to teach subclassing and practice subclassing and inheritance and things like that. So I'm just going to start reading this over. So in the project, I won't read all of these words, but in the project you will use OOP to create a rectangle class and a square class. The square class should be a subclass of the rectangle class and inherit methods and attributes. Okay, so when a rectangle object is created, it should be initialized with width and height. So we'll probably start with this rectangle class and get here's a list of the methods that class has to have. And the properties, it's just a whole bunch of methods. And then after that, square class needs to use all of the same methods, but we have to overwrite a couple things in the square class. So yeah, let me start. So I have a file, shape calculator, and it already has these 2 classes here. So I'm going to go ahead and just inherit from the rectangle class, or the square class needs to inherit rectangle, and then I'm going to leave it alone, so I'll just put pass there. And now that should work. Expected in indented block. Is this not indented? Yeah, no, it's not 4 spaces, but that should work anyway. Maybe it's just, oh, because it's expecting rectangle to have an indented block. That's why it's complaining down here. Well, I'll fix that. So I'm going to start with the init method, thunder init, and I need to pass in self, and then I can get anything else I need to initialize. So I have the readme over here, and I think it's just width and height. Everything else is a calculated value, like perimeter and area and stuff like that. So I might have to overwrite the repr function or something. Hey Coding Garden fan, how are you? So in the init, all I need is height and width. And now I can set self.height to whatever height I passed in, so I can use it inside this class. And I'll do the same thing for width. Self.width equals width. Okay. Self.height, self.width. I think that's good. And this seems like a pretty straightforward project. Like this project is probably easier than the other projects that came before this. But let me see, maybe there's some complexity I'm missing. Okay, so I need set height and set width. These are pretty straightforward methods on the class, so I'll do def set width, and then I can pass in a width And let's see, I can do, yeah, basically the same thing, self.width. I need self here though. Wait, I need to fix this. So I get self in my class method and do self.width equals width. And then it's the exact same thing for height. So this is pretty easy. Def set height. I think the other projects before this were harder because they're string manipulation. And it had to print out a certain way on the page. Like everything had to be formatted and right aligned and all of that sort of thing. All right, so self.height. Oh wait, I keep trying to use Vim in this interface. It doesn't work. All right, height. And then this will equal height. All right. So I got those, and this is a lot of just repetition. I wish I could fast forward this somehow. All right, def get area, and do the same thing. I don't have to pass in anything. Let's see. Yeah, because all I'm doing is returning width. It doesn't say to, let's see, yeah, returns width times height. So that's pretty straightforward. Oh, I need self, right? I have to access these off of self, so I can do self.width and self.height. All right. And now, let's see, get perimeter, which is just a formula it gives you. All right, get perimeter and pass in self and return 2 times width plus 2 times height. So I think I need parentheses around these, I'm not sure. And then this should be self. Okay. Seems like a very straightforward assignment. I don't think I've done this type of Python in a long time. All right, so I have get perimeter. I was just on to the next one. I have get diagonal. These are all the same. Okay, get diagonal, self, and I'm not testing these because I'll just go ahead and finish. I just have 2 left, so I'll finish all these and then see if what I'm doing passes the tests. All right, so I'll do get diagonal. By the way, if you just joined, here is the challenge that I'm working on. It's a freeCodeCamp Python project, like the one listed in the title here, the Polygon Calculator. So I've been adding class methods, and I'm gonna get to the inheritance in a minute. Seems like this whole project will take less than an hour. So let's see. So get perimeter, get diagonal. Oh, oops. That is the link. So let me copy this again. There we go. And I could do self and self. And I think I'll have to do this put these in parentheses so they calculate correctly. And then get picture. Oh, so I do have to do some string manipulation here to shape it. Okay. Let me finish this. So let me create another method, get picture, and then returns a string that represents the shape using lines of stars. The number of lines should be equal to the height, and the number of stars in each line should be equal to the width. Okay, so I'm printing out an actual shape. Yeah, the actual shape in stars. If the width or height is larger than 50, this should return the string too big for the picture. So let me go ahead and do that check. Let me copy that. And if self.width is greater than 50, or self.height is greater than 50, then I'll just return this string too big for a picture. Okay. All right, so I did that check, and let's see. Now I need to figure out, so I need to print this out. So basically it's going to be like if it's 3 by 3, then it will be like this, like that, and that will be my 3 by 3 square. So I need to do something like that. So I guess the first thing I need to do is I should loop through the height, because I'm gonna have to print it out row by row and append it to a string. So let me just create a string that I'm gonna append to, an empty string. And then I'll go ahead and do a for loop maybe. I don't know. So for yeah, self.height. I guess I'll call it row in self.height. This is just the, oh no, this has to be a range, because self.height is just a number. So I need to loop through that many times. So for row in range self.height, and then let's see. So I'm looping through all the rows. Now I need to print them out. So now I'm going to have to just append to the string with new line characters. And here I don't need to loop through the width, because, oops, I can just add times the number of, I guess, stars that I want. Okay, so if it's the first time through or the last time through, I want to print out a whole row of stars. So I can say if, let's see, if row equals 0, or row equals the length of self.height, and then subtract 1 from the length. Self.height, no, that's not, no, why do I keep thinking this is a list? This isn't a list. So row equals self.height and then -1, because this is an index, it's not the it's not the actual number, it's one less than the actual number. So I'll do -1. So if row equals 0 or row equals self.height -1, then I know it's the first or the last one. So I need to append, so s plus equals, and then I need a star character. And then I'm going to multiply the star character to get the number of stars that I want. I can multiply that by self.width. Yeah. If it's not the first or last row, then I want to do, let's see. Okay, so it's not the first or last row. I basically just want 1 star at the beginning and 1 star at the end. So let me just do a simple version of this and then see if I can make it better. So it will be 1 star and then plus some number of spaces. So I don't know, maybe, oh, it would be 1 space and then times so 1 space times self.width minus 2, I think. That would give me the right number of stars. Let me make this compact. And then add a star on the end, I think. Let me see if this works. All right, so, okay, so I did my check. Now I'm building a string. Oh, I need new line characters because each row of the rectangle has to go on a new line. So let's see, times self.width, and then let me add a new line character, and then let me test this. So, and actually, I think I only add the new line if it's the first row, but let me see if I can get away with that. So let me do a new line. Oops, there we go. So in the console, I'm in this file shape calculator. So do Python shape calculator. Oh, invalid syntax. Let's see. Oh, I think I'm missing a parenthesis here. I have this, and then I have this, and I have no more closing parenthesis. I think I ate it when I made this parenthesis. All right, so let me try that again. Okay, nothing. Oh yeah, of course nothing came back because I'm not even calling this anywhere. All right, so let me give a bunch of spaces because I'm not using square yet. And now let me create an instance of the rectangle class. So I'm going to do r equals rectangle, and then, oh, okay, so height, I don't know, let's say 20 and 10. That's going to be really big on the screen here. Okay, so, oh yeah, and let me call something. So let me do r.get picture. And I don't have to pass anything in because I already have my height and width stored in this rectangle. So I'm going to do Python shape calculator. Okay, so I got an error. Line 34, shape calculator, line 30. In get picture, so on this line, unsupported operand types for string and int. Let's see. So it's complaining about this line here. And self.width is an integer and 2 is an integer. But I should be able to... Oh, I see what it's doing. So this is a valid operation to times the space character by a number. But because of the order of operations, it's already timesing it and creating a string with that number of spaces. And then after it goes to try to -2, but it can't because, you know, it's already a string at that point. So I have to put this in parentheses so it does this calculation first. Let's see if that works. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm not returning this, so the string just dies in here. At least there's no error. Let me return it so I get something back. Return S. All right. And, oh, I think, let me print this. It's just not getting printed. All right, so I'll print the whatever is returned from get picture. Sweet. That actually seems like it works. So let's see, I have 2, 3, let me try with a smaller number here to test it. Let me do a 7 by 5. I'm not counting this whole thing. Okay, I'll clear the console and run it again. Let's see. So 7 is the height, and then by 5. So I do have 5 width. And it looks like it lines up perfectly. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and I have 7 height. So I think this is working perfectly. Get picture. I think. Oh no, I need one more method on this class. All right. Takes another shape, square or rectangle, as an argument. Okay. Returns the number of times the passed in shape. Oh. Okay, so I need some calculation. I don't have any coffee right now. All right. So it takes another shape, square or rectangle, as an argument. Returns the number of times the passed in shape could fit into the shape with no rotations. For instance, a rectangle with a width of 4 and a height of 8 could fit 2 squares with sides of 4. How do you... Okay. How would I calculate how many times another shape could fit inside that shape mathematically? Hi Notrope, how are you? The 7 height has only 6 length segments, even if it has 7 asterisks. Isn't that how it's supposed to be though? Having 6 asterisks? I don't know, I guess I'll find out when I run the test for this. Oops. So let me make this function get amount inside. Def. Get amount inside, so that would be, oops, self. And this takes another shape, so I guess I have to pass in a new height. Oh wait, where am I? Take another shape, square or rectangle. So I guess I have to take a height of the new shape here and width. All right. Oops. Okay, and now if I have the... Are you able to make a program that builds dimensional shapes? No. That's version 2. Yeah, maybe if I come back to these challenges, I can add things later. I'm trying to get through all 5 challenges, and it's taken me a couple weeks of streaming here and there. Have you done any of these Python challenges? Okay. Get amount inside, for instance, a rectangle with a width of 4 and a height of 8 could fit 2 squares. So I'm just thinking, I guess I could just divide the amounts, but I can't think of a specific formula to get the, what is it, the subscribe shapes, or what do you call a shape inside of a shape? Let's see. Formula inscribed for number of inscribed, thank you, shapes. Okay. Or is this seems to be just some kind of circle or polygon inside of another circle or something. Rectangle, inscribed angle of a circle, an arc. Yeah, let me just try without this maybe, because that's getting the wrong thing. So formula for number of times one rectangle, because I'm only dealing with rectangles really. Rectangle fits inside another. Maybe work with the areas and the modulo. Wait. Yeah, I guess I do have get area. And they're not weird shapes, so I can expect. But then again, what if I had like a 6x6 rectangle and 4x4 square? You can't really, if I just dealt with the area, then I could say 2 squares fit into that rectangle, but really I would have to cut 1 square in half and put it in different places to fit into the rectangle. So somehow I have to check that it fits in with, like, into the place with the height and the width. Let's see. Calculating. Someone else had this question. How many shapes of a specific size fit inside polygon? Seems to be only 3 shapes. It's actually a difficult problem, in particular case of packing problems. A full solution would turn out to be quite complex, possibly NP hard. Oh, great. It should be fairly easy to derive a suboptimal solution. This is exactly what I want, a suboptimal solution. We can consider, modulo would tell you, oh, you mean taking it on the height and the width, like finding out the remainder? Okay. With horizontal line. Yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, maybe this will be better. Let's try it. Solve for those that have no remainder. Okay, so let me think. let's say I have this square, rectangle, whatever, and then I want to see how many times it fits in. I can get the area of my current rectangle. So I could do self.getArea. Well, I wonder if I need that right now. This is hard. So let's see, if I calculate the area, I could, let me just do the area only right now and get that working and then fix it. So if I have the area of this new rectangle, whatever I'm gonna call it, I guess R area. No, because I'm calling my rectangle that I'm creating R, so that's confusing. Let me just call it I area for the inscribed shape. Okay, so that would be height times width, and then my R area would be just calling this method, self.getArea. Okay, so now I can see how many times, I mean, if I wanted to do this, your last rectangle has a real height of 6, might make thinking about the problem a bit more difficult. What do you mean a real height of 6? This is 7, but I can change it. I should probably change this to something that's, yeah, and let me try to fit like 2 5x5s inside of here. So let me do, so I can do R area, which is the original, and then see how many times I area goes inside. It has 6 segments, but what do you mean? I don't get what you mean by segments, because it has a height of 10. Look at the output. The output from what? Okay, so I have our rectangle, and then instead of get picture, I'm gonna do count the segments. Do you mean here? This has 7. When I printed it out, it has a height of 7 and a width of 5. I'm sorry, I really don't understand what you're saying. Unless I'm missing something. 7 asterisks, yeah. 6 lengths. The length would still be 7. You mean when I turn it into a range? The range goes from 0 to 6? Okay, so I do floor division on the new area. Oh wait, oh, I'm printing out the picture. It's not what I want to do. Okay, so I want to get amount inside. Let me just comment this out then. And I need to pass in a new height and a new width. So I'll do a 5x5. Breaking up the wrong. Yeah, I really don't understand. Sorry. If you want to, you can access my current code if you want to try something or show me something. It's at this link, so it's under my name on Replit. So if you wanted to play around with that, or show me something I could do better. So, okay, I'm doing floor division, the R area and I area, and printing that. Let's see. 2. Yeah, that's what I expect. It goes in by 2. Now, if I did 8 by 8, it would still come up with the answer. Yeah, 2. So, I wonder if it's this simple. Let me actually look at the test module, because if they're not checking, doing some kind of complicated calculation, test area, test perimeter, test diagonal, test self attributes, then maybe they're just doing area and I can get away with that suboptimal solution. Okay. Get the amount inside 2 rectangles. Get amount inside. Wait, what method? Now I got lost in this. What method was I doing? It was, yeah, get amount inside. So, okay, so it should return 0 if there's none inside. Rectangle dot rect. Okay. Get amount inside. It doesn't seem like they're doing any kind of complex calculation here. Rectangle. Okay, set width, set height of the rectangle, and then yeah, rect get amount inside self dot square feet. But where is it calling? Because it doesn't seem like they're passing in any arguments to that method, or they're not passing the height and the width anyway. Oh, they're passing in some other rectangle that they've created somewhere. Yeah, 3 by 6 rectangle shape calculator. Where's the shape? Oh, right, because it's testing what I'm writing in the shape calculator. Okay. So, oh, this is square. Yeah. So it's creating, in the setup method, it's creating a square and a rectangle. Okay. All right. Well, let me just see if this works, because if that works, that would be the easiest thing possible. Let me make sure it does return 0 though. So let me do 4 by 4 for the rectangle. So the amount, this shape is bigger than the actual rectangle, so this should return 0. Let's see if it does. Yes, okay. That is good. What else? What else do I need? I think that's it for, well, unless I have to fix something else. But I think I can quickly create the square class. My watch is telling me to stand up right now. Okay, so if I create the square class, subclass of, it should be a subclass of rectangle. When the square object is created, a single side length is passed in. The init method should store the side length in both width and height attributes from the rectangle class. Okay, so let's see. So I have the square class. It is already inheriting from rectangle. I need to create the init method. Pass in self. And then I guess I'll just call this side, because I'm only passing in one side length. And here I can just reuse the init method from the parent class in rectangle. So I'll copy this, copy that, and come down here and I'll call it with super to call rectangle and dot. So I'm calling the init on the parent class, which is rectangle, passing in self, and then I need height and width, but they're both side. So, oops, I'll just pass in side and side. And then the parent class will set height and width as both the same. And I think that's it. I don't need anything else in the init class. I'll have access to height and width of the square because it's in rectangle, the parent class. Let's see. The square class should be able to access the rectangle class methods, but should also contain a set side method. If an instance of a square is represented as a string, it should look like square side. Okay. Additionally, set width and set height methods on the square class should set both the width and the height. Okay, so I'll have to overwrite these two methods, and I should also have a set side method. Okay. It's not really practical, but I get what they're doing, getting you to practice. Oops. This stuff. Okay. What am I doing? Self. Okay. And then pass in the side. And then I can do self dot height equals side. Or I'll just call the methods that I have for these things. So let me make these real quick. Okay, so no, set width, and this will be side. Oh wait, I'm setting them both in set side. So actually, I was gonna have set side call set width, but actually I need to have set width call set side. Okay, so in here, this is actually where I'm going to do the actual setting. So self dot width equals side. It's a little bit of a lag in Replit. I don't know if it's my computer or Replit or what. So self dot height equals height. No, side. Okay. Okay, so I have the width and the height set. Oops, why is it scrolling up? All right, and now set width. All I have to do now is call self.set side. And pass in the side. And then this, calling this method, will handle setting the width and the height. So I'm going to copy this and go down here. All right, and then this will be set. Oh yeah, no, wait, I am calling set side again, but I need to change this to set height. And this is going to overwrite these two will overwrite the methods in rectangle here, because the set width and set height methods in rectangle only set one side, but for square it sets two sides because of the set side method. Okay, so I'm actually going to, instead of testing it myself, I'm going to run the whole test suite on this and just see what happens. Let's see, I have square, I have rectangle. Oh wait, I can just clear this and press run at the top because that's already set to run the test file. Okay. So, I got something. The init method takes 3. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. 1 second. All right. takes 3 positional arguments, but 4 were given. Solve side side. How am I giving 4 positional arguments? Oh, I don't think I have to pass this in, do I? Let me see what happens. Thought I did for some reason. Yeah, okay. Let's see, 4 tests failed. That's not bad out of 15. It's mostly working. Let's see, what's the first test? Get amount inside. Get amount inside missing 1 required positional argument width. Let's see. I think because in some of the tests it calls this with the square. Oh, wait. I think it's asking me to create this method as if I'm passing in an instance of a square or rectangle. Wait, where am I? Yeah, instead of taking a new height and width, I think what it's asking is takes another shape, square or rectangle. Yeah, so I need an instance. So like I would pass in R here or something like that. Okay, so let's call this shape then. And I can get shape.height and shape.width. Okay. Let's see what that does. Okay, let me, oops, clear the console. And, oh wait, let me just press run. Still got 4 failures, but the 3 errors went away. Let's see. Test rectangle picture. My test rectangle picture is wrong, so something's wrong here. Maybe this is what you were pointing out earlier? Or maybe it was something else? I don't know. Okay. So actual expected, yeah, expected it to be different. Let's see. Let me just copy what's in the test into this module so I can isolate that one test. Let's see. Failing test rectangle picture. Which line is this? This one. Okay. Test rectangle picture. So it's a 7x3 rectangle. And oh, it's off by 1. Treat as a 0 base measurement. Also here, it looks like it's completely filled. Like I don't need the spacing inside. It seems like I overcomplicated this. Yeah, because if you look at mine, the middle parts, yeah, so I made mine more difficult than it had to be. The middle parts don't have any stars, but here it's just completely filled. It's a filled shape. Yeah. Let's see. Get picture. Well, I mean, that makes it easier. I can get rid of this whole else block and just do s plus equals star. Then I don't have to check the row. I can just, yeah, I can just get rid of that. Unless it doesn't want me to have the new line at the end. But wait, this one does have a new line at the end, so I can keep that. I think that's it then. Let me see if that did anything. Oops. Shape. Oh, what am I doing? Let's run. Yeah, now I only have 3 failures. That's good. Let's see. So I'm failing 3 now. Let's see if I can get this. So test rectangle string. Oh, I never did that. That's right. And that was, let's see. I'll just put it with the other dunder method up here. So I think, let's see, def, when it prints out as a string, it wants me to have a certain format. So let's see. Yeah, additionally, if an instance of a rectangle is represented as a string, it should look like this. So I guess I'll just restructure that with an F string. Return and then I'll put these as variables. So I'll do self.width and then oops. Hey God Mode, how are you? Thanks for the follow. Self.height. Is it height and then width? No, it's... Oh yeah, anyway, these are named, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so width equals self.width, height equals self.height. Alright. Let's see, yeah. Let's see what that does. Oh, I need one for square too, though. Let me copy this and put it down in square. Right here. And then this will of course be a square. Thanks, Godmud. I appreciate that. Yeah, YouTube tutorials are a lot of work, but they're also a lot of fun. And it's helping me and, you know, solidifying my knowledge as well, which is good. Okay, side. So here I'll only have side. So I'll do side equals, I can do self.width or self.height because for a square it's the same thing. So just get rid of the other one. And yeah, let me try these out in the console and see if, oops, keep clicking on stuff. All right, let's run this. Only 1 failure now. All right, which one's failing? Test rectangle string is still failing. Oh, I think because I have these backward. Width equals 6. Oh, I think I have this whole thing backward actually. I think it's supposed to be width and then height passed in. And that's why I have everything backward. Because these aren't, when I'm passing them in, they're not named, so. Okay, one more time. Let me run this. Did it run? Oh, it's running. This is taking a minute. All right. Sweet. It ran 15 tests and passed. This is my, let's see. This is my fastest challenge ever. It's pretty much done. I mean, I can do some cleanup here. Let's see. Get rid of my extra comments. Thanks, No Trope. I think that's it. Like, there's no complicated stuff that I really want to clean up. We didn't have to go into a complicated, calculate area. It's exactly what you said. Just get the areas. Actually, even simpler than we thought. So, yeah, that's good. Although the instructions for this method, the get amount inside, I think they were kind of confusing as to exactly what it wanted you to do. I'm guessing at least half the people who do this challenge are going to come up with a much more complicated solution for edge cases. It is nice to have the whole test module here though, so I can always see them. Alright, so let me copy this and I can submit the project. Put my solution link and then I just, by the way, let me paste my solution link in Twitch too so you can see it if you want. And then I can just say I've completed this challenge. Submit and go to the next. Oh, it says 60%. I've done 4 of them, but I want to clean up my last project a little bit, which I'll just do off stream. So then I'll be 80%. So I'm actually on the last challenge, which is the probability calculator. So I want to look at it. No, I'll save it for next week. So my next stream, I'm kind of busy the rest of the week. I'll try to do another stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe 1 or 2 mornings next week. So, oh, hey Mari, how are you? Recently I learned you can force keyword arguments with a star in front. Helps those parameters, mistakes like your width, height, and probs. Yeah. I can't remember, what did I do to fix that? I think I was just doing something blatantly wrong here though. Yeah. I could do the args or something. Yeah, thanks. I think, yeah, I can't even remember what I was doing, but I was making some kind of mistake. Alright, well, yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I have to go to work. If you want to suggest a stream, I have a Vue.js topic that I really want to do in addition to this next Python one. So both of those streams will come sometime in the next week. So, oh, I switched width and height. That was it. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Snowtrope. Thanks, Murray and God Mode and everyone else in the stream. And I'll see you next time.